Welcome to the History Lord. You join us here today and we're in Royal Leamington Spa. I'm in Jephson Gardens. And today we're going to be talking about, well, the reason for this memorial. And that is Operation Anthropoid. The memorial itself is in the shape of a parachute, and it is here in the town's Jephson Gardens. It also commemorates one of the most daring undercover missions of the war that was carried out by the paratroopers. The Free Czechoslovak Army arrived in Leamington in 1940, following the occupation of Czechoslovakia by the Nazis. Over 4,000 military personnel were based in and around the town for just over 2 years. They were headquartered at Harrington House, which is sadly now demolished. That was a large Victorian villa a few yards from the Park's Gate in Newbold Terrace. Whilst based in Leamington, a small number were selected to go to Western Scotland and trained as paratroop agents by the British Special Operations Executive. It was a very rigorous training course, and they formed a select group of men who were on standby to be parachuted into occupied territory to carry out sabotage missions and to support the underground movements. The 7 men whose name appears on the memorial were each members of this small team, and they were flown out from England at night in a converted RAF Halifax bomber during the winter of 1941 to 42. 4 of those named on the fountain took part in the successful assassination of Reinhard Heydrich in Prague in May of 1942. Reinhard Heydrich was a close confidant of the Führer, Adolf Hitler, and he was also known as the Reich Protector, which was the military governor of the greater part of Czechoslovakia. He was also second in command to the SS Heinrich Himmler, so not the nicest chap at all. Now, military intelligence based in London decided that Heydrich should be eliminated, and a plan codenamed Operation Anthropoid was drawn up to assassinate him. The team spent many weeks in Prague, and they lodged with members of the Czechoslovak underground. It was on the morning of the 27th of May 1942 that Heydrich's chauffeur-driven Mercedes staff car was hijacked by the Anthropoid team. They hijacked it on a sharp bend in the road in Prague, and Joseph Gablik levelled his Sten gun at Heydrich at close range, but the gun failed. Jan Kublis, who was the backup man, instinctively lobbed one of his 2 impact grenades into the Mercedes. Some described it as a Wild West shootout. Kubris and Gabik managed to escape on foot and by bicycle, and they went into hiding in safe houses in Prague. Heydrich was seriously injured by shrapnel from the exploding grenades, and although he was speedily taken to a hospital, he died of septicemia on the 4th of June. The Nazis gave him one of the grandest conducted funerals by the Third Reich, and it was orchestrated by Goebbels, the Nazi propaganda minister. Those men who had taken part in the successful assassination were eventually sheltered in the crypt of the Church of St. Cyril and Methodius in central Prague, along with their colleagues who had parachuted in previous covert missions. Sadly, their location was betrayed to the Gestapo by fellow Czechoslovak soldiers, and on the morning of the 18th of June 1942, the church was besieged by 700 SS troops. They defended themselves until all of their ammunition had been used, except for the last bullet, which they saved to themselves. So that is the story of Operation Anthropoid. They were brave men, certainly, and their training all happened here in the surroundings of Royal Leamington Spa. Well, thank you very much for joining us today. We do hope you enjoy these videos, sad as they are sometimes, and if you do like, then please subscribe. If you want to see what we do outside, then go to historylord.co.uk and see what I used to do, or have a look at Last Line Films and see what James does. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.